So, my bookshelf is in a closet. It's really weird. But, let's start up here. Okay. So, at the very top, I have my old art folder. And I have a thing that spells out my name and some pirates bubbleheads. Now you guys know where I live. Some bookmarks. Okay. So, down to the books. On this side, this is really hard to record. Okay, so on this side, can you see that? Yeah. I got... You can't see that. It's really hard to see. Can you see this? I hope. No, you can't. Can you see now? I hope. Or I'm doing this all by myself. Okay, so I have an Entertainment Weekly Harry Potter magazine special for saying goodbye to Harry Potter. Then I have Harry Potter 1, Harry Potter 2, Harry Potter 3, Harry Potter 4, Harry Potter 5, Harry Potter 6, Harry Potter 7. My favorite books. No, second favorite books. Then I have Pretty Little Liars, Flawless, Perfect, Unbelievable, Wicked, Killer, Heartless, Wanted, and Twisted. Twisted is up there. And those are the 9 Pretty Little Liars books. Then I have up there, I hope you can see it, The Lying Game. See that? The Lying Game by Sarah Shepard. And that is my favorite book of all time. Then there's Never Have I Ever, Never Have I Ever, Never Have I Ever. All by Sarah Shepard. These are all by Sarah Shepard. These and these. Harry Potter is J.K. Rowling, obviously. Okay, so next shelf. Over here I have Entertainment Weekly, A People magazine, and Twilight, the Complete Illustrated Movie Companion. These are from when I liked Twilight. Then I have The Director's Notebook by Catherine Hardwicke. I hope I'm holding this right. I hope you can see. And then I have Twilight, which I read and liked. I liked Twilight whenever it first came out. And I liked New Moon because it didn't have Edward in it. So I liked these two before they got overhyped. Now I hate Twilight. I never read Eclipse. I had no desire to because I hated Twilight. And then I read the last part in Breaking Dawn, which I loved. And a lot of people hate Breaking Dawn, but I loved it. The very last part in it. Then there's The Short Second Life of Bree Tanner by Stephenie Meyer, which Stephenie Meyer also wrote these, obviously. And I love this book because I love Bree Tanner. I think she is an awesome character. So this is actually the only Twilight book I like. Then there's The Host by Stephenie Meyer, which a lot of people love, but I have not read yet. And I probably will eventually one day. Then, over here, as you can tell, this is my sort of vampire shelf. So, I have Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Volume 1, bind up. And I've read the first book in this, Coyote Moon, and I loved it, because I love Buffy. Then I have the second bind up in the Night World series by L.J. Smith. And I've read the first bind up, but I have not read this second bind up yet, and I want to so bad, but I just don't have time. Then I have Suck It Up by... Who wrote this? I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Did you guys just see that? Yeah. A book just flew at your face. Brian Meal. I have not read this. Then I have The Vampire Diaries, bind up 1 and 2, and The Return, Volume 1. The Vampire Diaries. That is by L.J. Smith. And I have not read these. I read part of the first one, and I love it so much. I love this series already, even though I've only read part of the first one. I don't care if it's different than the TV show. I love them both so much, and I can't wait to read these, in 2 weeks. Then I have The Secret Circle by L.J. Smith, which I saw the premiere episode on iTunes because it was free yesterday. And it was so good, and I could not wait to read this. And I'm actually reading it once I finish the Pretty Little Liars series. Then I have Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead, which I will read eventually. I really want to, based on the Chapter Chicks review. And, then there's Night Runner by Max Turner, which I have not read, but it looks really good. Then there is Charmed, Season 9, Volume 1, which is a comic that continues on with the Charmed story, which I loved. Then there, up here, is Ironside by Holly Black and Solstice by Simon Holt, which these are, like, sequels, like, in series, and I don't have the first two, and I would really like to get them so I can read these because they look really good. Then, down on the next shelf, I have, you can't see that. There we go. Can you see that now? Yeah. So there's Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. And there's City of Bones and City of Ashes. And I read City of Bones, and I love this series so very much. And I can't wait to read the rest of them, because I've only read the first one. Then I have Beautiful Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. I really hope I'm getting that right. I think I am. Then there's The Awakening and The Reckoning by Kelly Armstrong. And I have read this Summoning, which is the first book. And I've read The Awakening, and I adore them. They are so good. Then I have not read The Reckoning, though. Then I have Fade by Lisa McMahon. And I have read the first and last book in that series, which are Wake, which goes here, and Gone, which goes here, but I don't have them. And I adore that series as well. It is amazing, and people really need to start reading those books because they are very good. Then I have Wicked Witch and Curse by Nancy Holder, and I can't remember the other author's name, I'm so sorry. And I tried reading this series, and the beginning is very confusing, but then it got really good. But I just stopped for no reason. I don't know why. I can't remember why. And I would really love to read those books because I love witches. That sounds really messed up, but I don't care. Then I have Red Riding Hood by, I don't know, and I have no intention of reading this after I found out that you have to watch the movie to find out the ending. That is really stupid. I'm sorry, but that's really stupid. Then I have Cloaked by Alex Flynn, which I have read and loved, and I like Beastly more, and I have that, but I lent it to someone, and they deny me ever lending it to them, so I have no idea where it is. Kinda sucks. I love that book. Then I have Uglies by Scott Westerfeld, which I have not read, but I really liked it where I left off. I don't know why I stop all these books. I have no idea. Then I have Gone by Michael Grant, and I have not read this, and I really want to because it looks really good. Then I have The Wizard Heir, which I have not read. Whenever I bought it, I thought it was the first one, and then I found out when I got home that it was the second, so I have not read it. Then I have Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which I read, and I didn't really enjoy. I mean, I liked it, I guess, but it wasn't too good. Nothing special, honestly, except for the pictures. So there's The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexander Dumas, I think. And I really want to read that because I think the story sounds amazing. Then there's The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and Other Stories by Robert Louis Stevenson, which I also cannot wait to read. Then The Phantom of the Opera by Gaston Leroux, and I want to read that so bad too, but I'm not reading any of those three until next summer, which I'm going to call my Summer of Classics, and I'm going to read those three. Then there's Great Expectations by Charles Dickens on the end there, and I love that so much. I think it is so good. And when we were in school, when we read that, no one really liked it that much, but I loved it. I thought it was very good. It was very, very good.